Ladies and gentlemen, we are 7 days away from the Arizona Cardinals versus Kansas City Chiefs Week 1 matchup for the Arizona Cardinals, and I cannot wait. Definitely let me know your level of excitement with fire emojis on the comments below. But on this video, we're going to go ahead and talk about how good this Arizona Cardinal team can be in the 2022 season. Let's dive right into it. Roll that intro. Alright everybody, welcome back in. Now, like I mentioned in the intro, today what I want to specifically talk about is how good this Arizona Cardinal team can be going into the 2022 season. But before we get started, I want to go ahead and give one big announcement. We are giving away regular game day tickets. The next game we're giving away is Rams versus Cardinals. Yes, that's going to be the week 3 matchup. All you need to do is become a channel member of the AZ Sports Fan here on YouTube. If you go for the first package, your name gets put in the drawing once. If you go with the second package, your name will be put in the drawing twice. If you get the third package, your name will be put in the drawing 3 times. So it's super easy. There's a blue button on the desktop version of my channel. Click that blue button, pick the package you want, and I am able to see it here on my end. If you're interested, definitely let me know on the community post. Once the name is drawn, you can be the lucky winner. All right, let's go ahead and get started here. Let's talk about how good this Arizona Cardinal team can be going into the 2022 season. Now, first, let's talk about from the people on the outside looking in, right? The national media, Vegas, the people that aren't fans of the Arizona Cardinals. A lot of people don't have high hopes for the Arizona Cardinals. They do see a slight regression from the previous year when we ended up having 11 wins. Some people have us at 8, 9, 10 wins, something along those lines. But what a lot of those people don't really, fail to realize is that we still have a very good team. Now, the big narrative out there is that the Arizona Cardinals can't do very well without Deandre Hopkins. That's the big elephant in the room, right? Deandre Hopkins is not going to be playing for the Arizona Cardinals for the first 6 games due to his suspension. So we're kind of in that situation right now where a lot of Cardinal fans do believe that the next step is obviously playoffs and winning a playoff game. But there's a lot of naysayers out there that don't have the Arizona Cardinals even making the playoffs in the 2022 season. But how good we can be, right? I think if you look at the roster for the Arizona Cardinals, we still have a very good roster, right? Kyler Murray, a multi-Pro Bowler quarterback, and still very young. He ended up getting his, his extension, which all that drama should be kind of, laid to rest. We don't have to worry about that anymore. Our running back core is probably the best I've ever seen it in quite some time with James Conner, Darrell Williams, Eno Benjamin, Keontae Ingram, and Jonathan Ward. Just players that can do different stuff, but they can definitely add value into the running back position. Our wide receivers, as of right now, not including DeAndre Hopkins, Marquise Hollywood Brown, AJ Green, Rondale Moore is probably going to be the extent of, we're going to probably see them a lot more than the other wide receivers, more than anything. Our tight end group is definitely really good as well. It's Zach Ertz, Trey Mcbride, Max Williams. So, and I do believe that our offensive line, we've added pieces that are intriguing. Now, are they going to pan out on the regular season? That's kind of remained to be seen, right? Because we got some very scary people in the NFC West on the defensive line of the opposing teams that can be very scary. So we'll have to kind of see how we all shake out against them. But our team looks very, very good offensively. I don't think anybody has any issues with the offensive side of the ball. Is where the defense side of the ball, where there's a little scarcity in the cornerback room. Now, if they, show out and they do a very good job, if Marco Wilson takes that next step in the second year, if Trayvon Mullen, the guy that we ended up trading for, actually does very, very well and he's able to stay healthy, and if Byron Murphy can do very good in the slot, I think sky's the limit for this Arizona Cardinal defense. We just wrapped up Jalen Thompson in a multi-year deal. We have Budda Baker back there already. Another kind of scary, not scary, but unknown is the middle linebacking spot, right? With Zaven Collins. Now, we know kind of what Isaiah Simmons can bring, but we really don't know the consistency level of what Isaiah Simmons can bring. So we're all kind of waiting to see what our cornerbacks and middle linebackers are going to look like. Now, I think we were all happy on the duo, right? We were excited about Zaven Collins and Isaiah Simmons and what that can become. That's what everybody was hyping it up to be, right? The next best linebacker duo. And that's what we're going to be able to see this coming year for the Arizona Cardinals. Now, I do think that the Arizona Cardinals do need to do a few things before we can even talk about being in contention for the Super Bowl or maybe even getting a playoff win. This Arizona Cardinal team can be as good as any other NFL team because of the talent that they have on the roster. On paper, they have a very good roster offensively and defensively. The things that we need to obviously look out for is that Kyler Murray needs to stay healthy, and I do know that obviously that needs to kind of do with the offensive line. Once we brought Cody Ford in, I actually did have a level of like, okay, this is pretty cool. Something that nobody really talks about a lot is that Kyler Murray needed to bring in his guys, and that's what Steve Keim started doing in this offseason. Now, why it took him this long to do so, I don't know. They probably had like an USA moment with each other this offseason, and they came to find out that, hey, I need to bring my people in. And honestly, having people in your corner, having people that is always going to support you, even though you did a boneheaded move, I think it really helps out, especially on the bench. So Kyler Murray's bringing in his guys, Marquise Hollywood Brown, Cody Ford, and that's already with the confidence level of people already, on the previous Arizona Cardinal roster already has in them. So I think this is also going to help the culture of the Arizona Cardinals moving forward, being that Kyler Murray is now the face of this franchise. Whether you like it or not, he is our quarterback, and he is going to be our quarterback for years to come. But we need Kyler Murray to play like Kyler Murray plays in the beginning of the season all the way into the 17 games. Like, that's what we need from Kyler Murray. Now, fingers crossed that we're going to be able to get that this year, because when we do, and when Kyler Murray is at his all-time healthy, we're a hard team to stop offensively. Now, to another point that I'm really excited about is that we're actually going to get a Arizona Cardinal team where we're going to start seeing a lot of the young players, not maybe so much rookies, but the second year players that are coming in. I think the days of, favoring veterans it's not that it's long gone, but I do think that we're trying to make a shift to really give the young players an opportunity here, right? Zaven Collins didn't get any opportunity for his first year. Isaiah Simmons didn't get no opportunity for his first year. Now, Zaven is a second-year player, but I do believe he's in a starting role already. We got Isaiah Simmons going to have the green dot. He's going to be calling the defense in week 1 for the Arizona Cardinals. Now, we do got some young players, Victor Dimukichi. We got some people on the line that might get more of an opportunity. And I think that when you put the best 11 people on the field, you kind of have to really have a competition out there, because a lot of times when people are saying, oh, it's an open competition, but the grand scheme of things, a lot of times veterans are the ones that are, lean heavily towards because maybe their contract and the name. So I'm excited about that we're going to start seeing a lot of young players come into the Arizona Cardinals and actually trying to show their talents out there. I'm excited about Victor Dimukichi and what he's going to look like. Now, Cameron Thomas and Majay Sanders, are they going to get a fair opportunity? We'll have to kind of wait and see. I think Marcus Golden and Dennis Garnick are probably going to be the main 2 edge players that we're going to be seeing in this year. So we'll have to kind of wait and see, but I do believe that we're going to start seeing those young players implemented. Now, Trey McBride, right, our second round pick for this last year draft, are we going to see him? I would only hope that we'll be able to see him in certain packages, maybe some specific plays that he is going to be the guy that they're going to throw the ball to. But obviously with a crowded tight end group right now with Zach Ertz and Max Williams also in that group, it's kind of hard to put Trey McBride those playing time because we got those, those 2 great tight ends. And the last thing I want to talk about here is I hope we can get this fixed, and I think everybody knows this, even outside Arizona Cardinal fans. They all know that Cliff Kingsbury starts off really hot and then tails off towards the end of the season. It is not just in the NFL, ladies and gentlemen. This has been happening since college, but I know a lot of people kind of brush off college because obviously it's a talent level. You can't compete with the big college names out there, and I completely understand that, but it also kind of, affected what he does in the NFL. So I really do hope that we can start seeing something different from Cliff Kingsbury. I think we need it as an organization and as a fan base, because we do what we do very well in the first part of the season. But the problem is that when defensive coordinators end up finding out how to beat the Arizona Cardinals, I think we're kind of in a standstill and we don't really have another option to kind of change. And our offense looks very, very college-y. It looks very, we don't know what we're doing, and it's really concerning to see. So what I would love Cliff Kingsbury to do is to implement more offensive looks out there, different formations, different, sets out there, 12 personnel, stuff like that. Even having Kyler Murray under center, bootlegs, jet sweeps, stuff like that we're going to be able to confuse the defense, because obviously towards the end of the season, we just look very vanilla, and I do think that the defensive coordinators already know what we're going to do before we end up calling the play. So we need to make sure that we have different formations out there. I would love to see at least 20% 25%. I know that might be pushing it a little bit, but different types of plays that we're seeing out there with different formations to mix it up, because I do not want to have another season where we start off really hot and just crash towards the end of the season. And when we get to the playoffs, we get absolutely obliterated. I'm tired of seeing it. I want the Arizona Cardinals to win the division. I think there is something out there saying that the Arizona Cardinals has only won, 3 or 4 division titles in their, in the most recent years. And that's absolutely absurd, ladies and gentlemen. As fans, that should be something that pisses you off, because we got, the San Francisco 49ers, the Rams, every other team out there having so much more than the Arizona Cardinals, and that should really make you mad as Cardinal fans. At least that does for me. But let me know what you guys think about this Arizona Cardinal team going to the 2022 season. I do believe that we can become a playoff team and even go deep into the playoffs, but we just need to get the right things corrected. And that's what exactly I mentioned in this video. Let me know how you're feeling, everybody. Put everything in the comments. Let me know how you guys are feeling, everybody. Put everything in the comments below. As always, like, comment, and subscribe. Appreciate you guys for tuning in. Have a great rest of your day, and I'm out.